back to Gurudeva online classes. In last class, you have learnt about the body parts of birds and its shape and colors of the feather and types of feather also. And you learnt about two types of beak. Now we are going to learn about the third type of beak is curved beak. Okay, dear children, already you know about the parrot. What is the color of the parrot? Yes, green color. See, observe the parrot beak. It is strong. Parrot beak is very strong and it is slightly curved. Okay, curve means like this. It is bend. Okay, see here we in our India, in your surrounding, you saw only small birds, small parrots. Actually, those are we called parakeet. Parrot means big bird. So when we are going to the zoo, in zoo we are seeing big one. Actually, those are we called parrots. Daily we are seeing the parakeet. That is the parakeet. Okay, see what we are seeing, those are in green color. See here, parrots are we are seeing in different colors: blue color, white color, green color, red colors. Many colors are there. Their beak is also very strong and curved in shape. See. Now tell me, what is the use of the curved beak to the parrot? See here, already you saw in the field when they are eating, they are crush the grains or break the nuts. Okay, and curved beak is help to the parrots to eat the different types of fruits. Example, mango, apple, guava. Okay, many are there. They are eating different types of fruits, and they are using to climb the tree. They are climbing with the help of beaks. Okay, they are holding the beak on the bark of the tree and they are climbing easily. So this is about the curved beak. Dear children, all of you observe the curved beak in the picture. Okay, next, see, fourth one, tweezer shaped beak. Here, the example for tweezer shaped beak is hoopoe. The children, all of you observe the hoopoe on the board. See here, the hoopoe beak is long and it is thin. What is the use of tweezer shaped beak to the hoopoe? See here in the tree we are not seeing the insects in the bark sometimes. See, we are seeing the some insects inside the hole of the tree. On that time they are having the long and thin beak. With the help of its beak, they are pull the insects. They are pull the insects with the help of its beak and tongue. Okay, all of you observe the picture carefully on the board. Okay, that is the image of hoopoe beak. Next, fifth one. See here, fifth type of beak is soft and broad beak. See here, the birds are look like sparrow. Look like a sparrow. Here, they have short beak. They have short beak and their mouth inside is very sticky. Very sticky means like a gum. When we are throwing the paper on a gum, how it is sticking, stuck, like that. Their mouth is also sticky. See, example for soft and broad beak: swallow and swift. Swallow and swift, and their beak is very soft and sharp also. See, what is the use of soft and broad beak to the swallow and swift? See, when they are flying in the sky, when soft swallow and swift flying in the sky, see what they are doing, they are opening their mouth, they are opening their mouth when they are flying in the sky. In the sky some insects are also flying, and that time when they are flying in the sky, already they open their mouth. Automatically the insects, which are the insects flying in the sky, they are stuck on the mouth of the swallow and swift beak. Okay, in this way the swallow and swift use their beak to eat the insect. Okay, next, chisel shaped beak. Here meaning of chisel, chisel is a blade like structure, blade like a structure. See, it is very sharp like a blade. See, it is long, it is long, strong, slender, and it is tapering at the end. Dear children, all of you observe the woodpecker beak on the board. See here, woodpecker beak is an example for which one? Chisel shaped beak. See, what is the use of chisel shaped beak to the woodpecker? Here, woodpecker in Kannada we called Marakutiga. What we call Marakutiga? It is a very sharp beak also, and it is woodpecker make the hole with the help of its beak only. Its beak only. Imagine how the its beak is very strong. See, when we are taking the axe, we are not cutting the tree properly, but here the woodpeckers are make a hole with the help of their beak only, and they are catching the insects which are the present in the hole easily, and they are catching the insects from the bark of the tree only, because it has very long beak. Okay, now we are going to learn about the seventh type of beak, that is hooked beak. Here the example for hooked beaks are hawk, owl, eagle, vulture. There are many birds, kite. Okay, many birds are there. They have strong curved beak. They have strong curved beak. What is the use of hooked beak to hawk, owl, eagle, vulture? Here, with its beak, they are catching the small animals and birds. They tear the skin of the animals with the help of their strong beak. Okay, so dear children, all of you observe the hooked beak in the picture. They are very strong. Already you saw in geographic channels. Okay, next we are going to learn about the strainers. Here, which birds are having the strainers? Okay, here the birds like ducks and geese, they are having the strainers. Okay, first we know the meaning of shovels. What are shovels? Here the beaks have tiny holes are called shovels. The beaks are having the tiny holes. Tiny holes are called shovels. Those are present in the beak of the duck and geese. What is the use of shovels to the birds like ducks and geese? Okay, here they are help to the birds to catch the insects. to catch the worms, to catch the small frogs present in the water. Next, strainers. What are strainers? Here, strainers are present edges of the beak. Dear children, all of you observe the strainers in the beak. All of observe there. We are seeing the strainers edges of the beak. What is the use of strainers to the ducks and geese? Here, the strainers are held to the ducks and geese to filter the water. See, here already you know that in the pond or lake, dirty water, when they are drinking the dirty water, but these birds are not drinking dirty water, they are filtering the water. They are filtering the water and remaining things like grass, like plant, small insects and worm, they are leaving in their mouth. Next, they are eating. Okay, here what is the mud? Leave in the water. Next, ninth type and last type of beak is spear shaped beak. Here, spear shaped beak is long and pointed beak. Long and pointed beak, like javelin. In Kannada we call ET. See, that is very sharp and long. Here the example for spear shaped beaks are heron, crane, okay, and heron and crane. Those are the example for which one? Spear shaped beak. And one more example is kingfisher. Kingfisher. Kingfisher is also example for spear shaped beak. What is the use of this beak to heron, crane and kingfisher? Here, these beaks are held to the bird to catch the tadpole, to catch the insects, okay, to catch the fishes present in the water. Okay, dear children, this is about the types of beaks. Okay, now we are going to learn about the feet and claws. What are the feet? What are the claws? Okay, here the legs of the birds we called feet. What is the meaning of feet? Legs of the bird we called feet. Now tell me, what are the claws? Here, claws means nails of the bird. Nails of the bird we called claws. Here, nails means in Kannada we called uguru. Okay, what is the meaning of nails? Uguru. Okay, dear children, already you know that we are also having the legs. Birds are also having the legs. We are having the nails. They are also having the nails. See, dear children, all of you observe here. When we are leaving our nails, don't cut that. Leave for 1 month or 2 months. What happens? It grows continuously. So, when the nails are growing, what we are doing? We are cutting the nails. See here, to the birds, the claws are growing continuously, but they are not having the long claws. How is it possible? Claws and nails, they are growing continuously, but they are not having the long claws. How is it possible? See, are they having any nail cutters? Nail cutters? Are they having any blades? No, they are not having any blades, any nail cutter, but they have short claws. See, How is it possible? See, here the birds are doing different activity. What are they doing? They are climbing the tree. They are catching the animals. They are tear the skin of the other animals. By those activity, the claws automatically they warm out. That means they remove automatically. So, dear children, I hope you learnt about the feet and claws of the birds. Okay, now we are going to learn what are the uses of feet and claws to the birds. See, first one, catch, hold, and eat food. Here, the feet and claws help to the bird to catch the fruit or to catch the animals or their prey, and they are holding. See, when the eagle is flying in the sky, when it is seeing snake or any bird, automatically in fraction of second it comes on catching. How is it possible? With the help of its feet and claws. Okay, and it tells the feet and claws help to the bird to eat the food also. Next, what is the use of feet and claws? Walk, climb, and sit. Here, with the help of feet and claws, they are walking. See how we are walking with the help of legs, like that. Climbing, they are climbing the tree. That means in Kannada we call mara hattuvudu. See, they are also climbing and they are sit on the branches of the tree. See, they are sit on the branches of the tree. See, not only on the tree. So in your near your home, they are sitting on the wires also. Okay, wires also, and they are sitting on the different places. Okay, next, they are protecting from themselves, from their enemies. See here, when the enemies are coming in front of them, they are scratching with their help of feet and claws. Okay, dear children, this is about the feet and claws. Next class, we are going to learn about the types of feet and claws. Thank you, my dear students, watching this video.